Today morning. Meanwhile, we're shifting our focus to some news that we're tracking from Jammu and Kashmir itself. An encounter has resumed in Battal area of Akhnoor. One terrorist has been neutralized in the ongoing encounter, and bodies of two terrorists, I beg your pardon, have in fact been recovered. Now, this comes a day after the attack on the army convoy that has taken place in the area itself. One of the canine units, one of the dogs over there had lost its life in combat itself when the terrorists had targeted our army jawans on the ground. Meanwhile, joining us live from the spot itself is my colleague Ajay Jandyal, our Jammu Bureau Chief. Ajay, what's happening on the ground?
Yes, but you can see that the forces, they have been deployed since yesterday, and it's 24-hour, and one more terrorist body has been recovered from the spot. That indicates that two terrorists is now gunned down, and it is expected that the third terrorist who is hiding inside the temple, he's likely there. The forces, they are waiting for the body to be retrieved, and all the terrorists, those who are hiding in that area, they has to be, their bodies has to be recovered. So forces, they are on the job, and BP bunkers has been used here, and forces, Indian Army and Jammu Kashmir Police, they are on the ground. They are ensuring that each and every threat has to be foiled. It was 7 in the morning yesterday when security forces, they got this input from some students that about 2 to 3 person, those who are unknown and having weapon in their hand, they are spotted inside a temple, and immediately operation was launched. And during that time, these terrorists, those who are hiding in the temple, they opened fire on vehicles of the Indian Army, including one ambulance was targeted. So that indicates that these are the terrorists, and they basically wanted to carry a similar kind of attack which they have done there in the Gulmarg area, in Kathua, Kishtwar, and Rajouri, Poonch. So it was expected that similar kind of attempt they were planning, but unfortunately they were not able to succeed in that, and on-time action of the forces have given success to them, and now two terrorists has been gunned down by the security forces, and operation still continues. They are trying to, retrieve the bodies of all the 3 to 4 terrorists, those who are hiding in that area. 2 weapons have been recovered, and even 2 IDs also have been recovered from the possession of that second terrorist whose body has been recovered today morning. So that indicates that they seems to be the suicide attackers, and they wanted to basically carry out a major attack over here, but on-time action of the forces have foiled this attempt of these Pakistani terrorists.
Indeed, Ajay, and we've been seeing a spike in these terror attacks, especially those that are targeting civilians as well as our army convoys in Jammu in particular. Is the terrain in Jammu, the complicated terrain in Jammu, perhaps the reason now that they've focused their terror activities in the area, especially after the elections?
Before election, we have seen that several incidents has taken place there in the Kathua, Doda, Kishtwar, and even the Rajouri, Poonch area as well. And that seems that these terrorists basically wanted to, carry out, attacks, and they wanted to do maximum casualty over there. But after that, the strategy was changed, and security forces, they have, ensured that these terrorists, those who are hiding in the forest area, they has to be neutralized. They has to be, they has to be catered in such a way so that they will not be able to move, and continuous firing is going on, and visuals which you can see on the ground, these are the forces Jawan, those who are in the external cordon. And after that, what I have seen that a peaceful election was conducted by the authorities over here in the Jammu and Kashmir, whether it was parliament election or the assembly election. So that's why Pakistan seems to be frustrated, and they want to once again try to disturb peace over here in the Jammu and Kashmir, and that seems to be the reason that in the recent past several attacks has taken place in this area. You could see that how forces are moving, the Indian Army vehicles, they are going in the forward areas. Those who those who have to ensure that these terrorists will not be able to flee from that area, because 2 terrorists are gunned down, and 1 to 2 terrorists, they are possibly still hiding in this area. So that's why you could see that forces, they are started moving in the forward location, because proper search has to be done. What I was telling you, that Pakistan seems to be frustrated devastated, and that's why Pakistan want to carry out attacks in the Kashmir region. And we have seen that similar kind of incident has taken place, like civilians were targeted in Anantnag and Shopian. Another incident which has taken place there in the Ganderbal district, where they have killed a construction worker, and 7 construction workers were killed. And after that, the incident of army convoy was attacked by the terrorists in the Gulmarg forward area. That also indicates that that they basically want to carry out multiple attacks, and that they have done. But now what forces they are trying to do is that those who are here in the Jammu and Kashmir, they has to be neutralized, and they also want to ensure that the terrorists, those who are basically those who have been there in the Pakistani bunkers on the line of control across the fenced area, they will not be able to infiltrate to this side. Like this attempt was made, and terrorists, they managed to cross the line of control area, but they were spotted here in a temple, and they has been neutralized by the security forces here. So this is the new strategy of the security forces, that they have to follow all the possible plan of Pakistan. And that Pakistan want to push the terrorists over here in the Jammu and Kashmir. Now, fresh input says that a third body also has been recovered by the terrorists, and we can now say that 3 terrorists has been gunned down by the security forces, and third body likely has been recovered by the security forces from that area.
All right, big breaking news there. Of course, the third body, as Ajay has said, has been recovered. All 3 terrorists have been successfully neutralized by our security forces, who are constantly keeping vigil to, of course, protect us. Thank you so much, Ajay, for joining us live from the ground, showcasing the anti-terror operations that are currently underway. Meanwhile, we're shifting our focus